Hey guys, what's going on? It's YoAnty, and today I'm bringing you my official review of my sneaker collaboration. It just sounds so cool to say that. It is with Saucony Originals. This is the box it will come in. I'm just going to tell you about the inspiration, the design process, the materials used, and I'll give you all the release info and stuff like that. But here's the box it comes in. It is on the Grid SD model, and the colorway is green. So obviously, as you saw in the last video, it is based off the Green Monster at Fenway Park. So naturally, I wanted to go with an all green shoe, something that would best represent the wall. Before I talk any more, about the design process, I just want to talk about kind of the meaning behind it and, what the Green Monster has meant to me. I've always been a baseball fan growing up. Some of the first things, my dad ever taught me was name every baseball team in the league. So he'd quiz me and he'd say like Houston, Astros, Philadelphia, Phillies. As a young kid, I always played baseball, collected baseball cards, and my dad took me to my first Red Sox game when I was a kid. And then from there on, I always went to the park with, whether it was my dad, my friends, my family. It was always a big deal when we went to a Red Sox game. Something me and my dad still laugh about to this day is he'd always get tickets to the game, but they'd be like almost like some crap tickets, nosebleed seats, and his thing was like, let's go sit up front until someone comes and kicks us out of the seats. So we'd always sit behind the home plate, behind the dugout, and we'd get 3 innings in, and then the people would be like, oh, those are our seats. We're like, oh crap, I didn't even realize. Then we'd get up. We never went to our original seats ever. Then we're like, all right, let's find the next best seats. Never fail. Me and my dad did that every single game. Never sat in our original seats once. And because of it, I always had great seats. It was awesome. So thank you, Dad. When I was in college, I actually lived across from the Green Monster. There's a Mass Pike, and then I lived right over the Mass Pike. So I'd walk out my front door and I could see the backside of the Green Monster. I could hear the sounds of the game every day. I even got a job at the team store during college. So I'd walk over to the park. I'd work at the team store. I'd go in during my lunch break. I'd go into games and watch Red Sox games. I used to go to the gym right below the Green Monster, right on Lansdowne, so I could literally see home runs land on the street while I was working out. There's a lot of history behind the Green Monster. It's been there over 100 years. To me, it is the most important piece of history in the state of Massachusetts and the city of Boston. To me, it's not only a historical landmark, it's a piece of art. So let's talk about the design process. So I started designing these 2 years ago. I was at Saucony's headquarters, and we literally started from scratch. I had to pick out what I want on the outsole, what type of materials I want along the whole shoe, what type of accent details, what do I want on the inside, the insoles. There's so much that goes into it. It's a very complicated process, and anyone that's ever done a sneaker collaboration, I have a lot of respect for you because it's a very intricate and dedicated process. For me, right off the bat, I knew the shoe had to be leather. To me, leather best represents what the Green Monster is. That wall is rough, it's dinged up, it's beat up, it's over 100 years old. So for me, I wanted a pair that was like the more you wore them, the more they felt like the real thing. So the more these get beat up, the more they're gonna represent the Green Monster. I use this awesome, squishy, soft leather. When you do wear these, they are very flexible and comfortable. And they're actually pretty lightweight for an all leather shoe. That was another thing that I factored in. I didn't want a leather shoe that was too stiff, just a really beautiful leather. The color was so important to me. The color of the wall is its own Benjamin Moore color. You could buy that paint, it's its own Pantones. I have a first sample and the color wasn't right, and right off the bat I said, nope, this isn't gonna work. I need the color to look like the Green Monster. This is the only way this shoe will work. And we put our heads together and we really nailed the color. The outsole is meant to represent the dirt that's on the warning track on the Green Monster. So I love a gum outsole. So this is more like of a translucent gum, but it represents the dirt that you see at the bottom of the Green Monster. Next up is that white line you're gonna see at the bottom of the Monster. The white also represents kind of like all the text and the scoreboard writing you see on the wall. I put all that white, put it right in the midsole. Another big part of the Green Monster is the scoreboard. It is in a darker green, so I wanted the Saucony swoosh to represent the scoreboard. So that big scoreboard you see along the Monster, that's represented right here. Another awesome detail, and my favorite part of the shoe, is the yellow foul pole. That foul pole, is iconic. So many balls go flying down the line, and you never know if they're gonna be fair or foul. And that foul pole up the left side of the Green Monster really is an important piece to the wall. I actually used a patent leather, so what's great is it actually looks like a real pole. It has that sheen to it that you would see, on the foul pole. I really like the back of the shoe because it has all colors represented in the shoe. You have the gum outsole peeking through, the white, the dark green, the normal Green Monster green, and then the foul pole. I have Saucony debossed right here in the back heel. I wanted Saucony's logo on there. I wanted it subtly so it didn't take away from the Monster. Without Saucony, I would have never gotten this chance. I needed their logo right there so you know whose shoe this is. Another really important part is the 310 on the tongue. If you don't know, down the left field line, it's 310 feet from home plate to the wall. So I just thought that was so cool to put numbers right there in the tongue. Some people see this shoe and be like, what does 310 mean? Is that the model? No, that's the 310 down the line. It's a really another iconic part of the monster. So I just think that's a cool, almost like a hidden gem of what the 310 means. I put it right there in the tongue. I just think it fits so well. Once again, this squishy leather right there on the tongue, it rests greatly on your foot. Another big part is the inside of the shoe. The inside is more leather. If you've ever seen the inside of the Green Monster, it's cold, it's dark, it's dingy. So I wanted to go for a darker leather on the inside to best represent what's inside the monster, and I think that that's another great hidden detail in the shoe. Another fun part that I did was the insoles. I love cool custom insoles, and what I wanted to do is represent when you're walking up to the Green Monster, it's grass, warning track, wall. So I wanted to put both those elements in the shoe, so when you step into the shoe, it's almost like you're stepping, you know, right onto the field and the monster's right above you. I also wanted to hit you with the OG YoAnty beard logo. Anyone that's been rocking with me knows that that has been such a staple logo for me. I didn't want to put my branding on the actual shoe because I think that would have taken away from the creation of the shoe. I wanted my branding to be subtle, so I hit you guys with the beard logo, and anytime you step into the shoe, you'll know whose shoe it is. There is extra white laces, so if you want a little more pop with the white, you can throw these in. These do fit true to size. This is a size 9. I don't think there's a need to go up half size or down half size. They fit very true to size, and like I said, I designed them so that leather will really break in and contour to your foot. It's a really comfortable shoe. When I first wore them, I was like, wow, these actually fit way better and are way more comfortable than I thought. You know, whenever you do a leather shoe, you know, you never know, but because I chose that really soft, squishy leather, you're gonna be pleasantly surprised at how comfortable these are. I'm really proud with how they came out. Anytime you're designing anything, whether it's a shoe, clothing, a video, I think you always question yourself and you're like, are people gonna get this? And when the finished product came out, I was like really proud of myself, and I think that I really brought the Green Monster to life and did it justice on this shoe. You know, I almost wanted to feel like a chunk of the Green Monster, you know, came off the wall and it turned itself into a shoe. So these are gonna drop August 11th on Saucony's website. I will tweet out the link. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm also doing a special release t-shirt with these. I designed this really awesome shirt that I'm really excited about. There's only 100 pairs of these. It's sizes 8 through 14. Retails $120. So if you do miss out on the release, you can still support it by grabbing a t-shirt if you want. I started doing YouTube 6 years ago, almost to the day. I've met a lot of amazing people along the way, and I've had some amazing experiences as well. I'm so grateful that I decided to get into YouTube and start making videos. It really has made my life a lot better. Only good things have come from it. For anyone that supports the release, just know I'm truly thankful and grateful for that. To me, this shoe's about the Green Monster. It's not just about the Red Sox and baseball. It's about the Green Monster, who I am, the city of Boston. There's a lot represented all in this sneaker. So once again, guys, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter for all the release info. Other than that, I'm out of here. Take care. Peace.